My first time playing D&D by Jaiden Animations. Hey man, Dungeons and Dragons is a pretty fun game to play. You gotta have the right people though, and you gotta have, good moderators and all that, but as long as you got good people there, Dungeons and Dragons can be fun as hell. You gotta use your imagination to make the most fun possible, and I mess with that. But it can be pretty confusing for a first time player, and I'm pretty sure Jaiden Animations is about to speak on that right now. Show a lot of love to this video, like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all stay tuned for the Spider-Man 2 walkthrough in a couple days, man. I'm also doing a walkthrough of Lords of the Fallen right now, if you're interested in that. Now, without further ado, let's get it.
Dungeons and Dragons is like a board game without the board, and you play using your imagination.
Yes.
You think of something, it can just happen in game. D&D is very popular. Almost everyone I've ever met absolutely loves it, and I have never played it before. Even
and it's very, listen, it's one of those games that you're gonna look at first like it's nerdy, like all the Dungeons and Dragons, using our imagination. Get this nerdy, even like quote unquote nerds that I know are like, I'm not that level of nerd though, to where I would play Dungeons and Dragons, but bro, it's fun. It is fun. Give it a try.
Almost everyone I've ever met absolutely loves it, and I have never played it.
I don't obsess over it or anything like some people do though.
I really like it. People would tell me stories of their games, like, so this one time me and my party were entering a cave, and there was a big ogre guarding some treasure, but I used my charisma stat to seduce him, and we ended up eloping together. Dude, if you don't think that sounds crazy fun, then
there'll be decisions just like that in Dungeons and Dragons. You'll come across an enemy and it's like, yo, you want to use a certain stat, but you got to roll a 20-sided die to see if you get to even use the stat. If you roll a low number, you don't get to use the stat, the ogre kills you, you die. If you roll a good number, not only do you get to actually, do what you were trying to do, but you get to do it like exceedingly well. Or if you just roll like a kind of mid-tier number, the person there that has good imagination might be like, okay, you almost defeated it. Like, maybe you defeated it, but you're injured, so you can't do this as well anymore. Stuff like that, bro. You gotta use your imagination.
I don't think we would get along.
I ain't gonna pause for a little bit.
But if you do think that sounds fun,
damn.
Hey. Sorry, I've never done that before. It felt weird.
Hey.
To reach out to Charlie, aka
do that,
Slimesicle,
please.
AKA Charlie Slimesicle, because he's super into D&D, and we ended up forming a little group of me, Alpharad, Ronbu as the players, and Charlie as the dungeon.
Why was Alpharad's face like that? Like, I'm always getting dragged into Jaiden's shenanigans.
God. We all created our characters, and
so he's the one.
World we were teleported.
I guess it makes sense. If he's the one that plays the most, he should be.
Over a vast, lush forest. In it, a giant ancient oak tree can be found looming over all the other
Legend of
trees.
Zelda music.
The inside has been hollowed
Ocarina of
out,
Time, I
and
think,
the
right?
sign hangs on the side reading old.
No, Wind Waker. What am I talking about?
Inside, many creatures of various origins are relaxing, drinking, socializing, but one stands out. A cat equipped with various instruments.
Is that the cat? Okay, I thought it was gonna be a cat from Danganronpa.
They spot a dragonborn.
That's a bear.
Working at the bar, alone, seemingly pondering life. From the other end of the bar, a man in a suit approaches the dragon and starts a casual conversation.
Okay.
Do you know Mark? No, I don't. Who are you? I'm Paul. I'm an assistant manager at Ye Old Mart of Wall. 43 years old.
Ye Old Mart of Wall.
Passed away during childbirth. My parents died, and my only child, Paul Jr., ran away at age 6. I'm living a deadbeat life, not even able to go up in the corporate ladder because my manager, Mark, prevents me from doing so. So here I am, drinking away my woes.
Hey, Jaiden as a dragon right now reminds me of that game that came out, or is it even out yet? Goodbye Volcano High. Huh. I haven't seen anybody really doing gameplays on that game, so maybe it didn't fully come out yet. I know I seen like a demo. Someone played a demo of it. Well, I might even talk about that game. That game don't look like it's gonna be that good.
I'm Zoot. Hi, excuse me. Are you two new around here? Born and raised. I wish I was. Okay, so I've been stuck in a time loop for what I believe to be the past 3 years.
Oh, wow.
I relived the same day over and over. I suspect my neighbor Thomas somehow trapped me here, but I don't know how to escape. I can prove it. Look, over there. In about 5 seconds, there's a 70% chance a waiter is gonna trip and drop their glasses onto the ground.
They rolled the dice and it didn't happen? Oh, it did happen. Okay.
Well, all right. It's a bit impressive, but like, it's gonna take a bit more convincing because that wasn't all that. Suddenly, a sheep crashes through the tavern windows and starts rampaging around the inn. It's going straight up crazy, knocking over tables, knocking over people. Paul mentions it's got something in its mouth, and the sheep immediately stops and runs straight up to him. As Paul takes what seems to be a scroll out of the sheep's mouth, Zoot whips out their mace in an attempt to pepper spray the sheep, but slips on a puddle of rum and accidentally sprays Paul.
Dang,
Just
Paul.
Disappointed. at this point. The three open the scroll, and Zoot, recognizing it's a speak with animals spell, translates it, casting a huge shockwave and blasting everything in its radius.
Dang.
Hello. Can you understand me now? Why the f did you try to spray me with mace? Zoot and the sheep start bickering as Paul and Tholomew just stare at them. Just forget it. I'm no ordinary sheep. I used to be human and was cursed into a sheep's body.
Oh, that's Alpharat?
My name is Luop, and I need your help becoming human again. Please. All right, Lop. Well, it's Luop. Come on, guys, let's go. And for some reason, they went along with it, still not understanding what the hell is going on. Maybe they both thought.
What was that, Alpha Ray? You got the blonde hair, but I don't know.
Mark and Thompson along the way. The group is walking through the woods. Tholomew is very on edge, feeling like something isn't quite right. The tree line is shifting in unnatural ways. Oak trees are turning into birch. The bushes are rustling. Zoot spots various random animals along the path and picks up a turtle, which they add to their.
Was that supposed to be Slender?
Paul tries to pocket a turtle of his own.
I think that was Slender.
It turns out to be a rock and is then mauled by a cougar.
Oh, hell.
Unharmed, though his adventure suit he changed into is now ruined. Zoot feels bad about Paul not getting a turtle, so they offer to let Paul name theirs, to which he chooses Paul Jr.
Paul Jr.?
They eventually
Wow.
reach a clearing with a large stone outcrop covered in engraved shifting runes. Carved into the stone is a large bronze door with a face on it. Hello. You should try to impress it. Oh, okay.
Impress the door. Hey.
Answer me these riddles 3, and then you can come in. I'm a riddle door.
All right.
The alphabet goes from A to Z.
Okay.
I go from Z to A. What am I?
The alphabet backwards.
I was about to say, huh? That's literally the answer. I was wrong. Zebra does go from Z to A. Wow. Didn't never. Okay. I'm gonna use that.
I move without wings between silken strings. I weave as you may find my substance.
A bird?
I'm gonna say a spider, because I got the butt strings.
Oh, okay, it would be a spider. I was thinking about the fact that birds poop.
But can you turn our friend back?
Oh yeah, double or nothing.
Damn.
This next riddle, and your friend will be turned back. I creep and crawl with no eyes, legs, or ears, but I can move the earth with my peers. What am I?
Can you use it in a sentence?
I don't.
In answer to the question.
Gravity?
Yeah, like spelling bee style.
Nice try, but you're not gonna worm your way out of this.
Damn. I think I picked up on it. I don't know if you noticed, but he said worm.
I was gonna say, was it worm? I literally I heard him say worm.
Listen to him. He's a zebra.
He's like, you're not gonna worm your way out of this.
Junior, what do you think the answer is? Turtle. Turtle, final answer. It's a worm.
It's not turtle. Okay, it is worm.
The adventurers walk through the door's mouth, which closes behind them. As they're walking into an open room, they're greeted by a closed silver door. Zoot immediately pitches the turtle at the door.
Oh!
But nothing happens. There's 3 dishes of clay placed in front of 3 pedestals, and the door face emerges once again, this time on the ceiling.
Oh my gosh. Another riddle.
Create whatever you want.
Not wanting to deal with more riddles, Zoot throws a dagger into the door's eye.
Oh!
Fine, I'm not helping you with this one.
The group,
Damn.
now lost with no direction, decides
why'd she do that?
to all start eating the clay, even feeding some to Paul Jr. and Luop against their wills.
Okay, so I'm sure all of these decisions being made right now are based upon dice rolls and things of that nature, but she's telling the story without the dice rolls just to let you know how funny and crazy D&D stories can be when you look at them without knowing decisions are made based on dice rolls. Okay. I'm about to say, why is this so random? But games of D&D kind of can be like that.
After all the clay has been consumed, the pillars glow red and more clay drops down from—
They ate it?
resetting the puzzle.
They did eat it. I said that.
Huh. Out of
He said
ideas,
that, I
they
heard it.
decide to do what the doorface suggested. Tholomew sculpts a crown, Zoot rolls out a worm, and Paul builds a penguin. They all place their creations on pedestals, which sink in and beam green before the lights turn out and everything goes dark. They flash back on, and suddenly all their creations have come to life in weird clay flesh bodies. Paul cleaves at his penguin with his great axe, nearly cutting it clean in half, revealing that the inside is just more clay. The worm monster looks at Zoot and says, "It's wormin' time!" causing Zoot to scream and sending a shockwave towards it, immediately exploding the worm.
You beat the worm?
Splattering clay everywhere.
Hey!
As a normal-sized worm now. The worm lunges and wraps itself around Zoot's throat, trying to choke them out. Tholomew rips the arms off the crown monster and dodges its follow-up attack. The penguin reforms itself, sprints full speed at Paul, but slips and splats into a pile of clay.
Chop it.
To which Paul finishes off with his axe. Meanwhile, Tholomew attempts to rip the legs off the crown, only for the crown legs to turn into arms, grabbing Tholomew and climbing onto their head, causing them to lose their mind, viewing the other party members as enemies.
Oh
Paul
no.
shifts his attention to Tholomew.
Jaida's getting choked out by the worm.
At the crown. Unfortunately, it goes a bit low and the handle smacks Tholomew directly in the face. Zoot gets a grip on the worm, ripping it off their throat, and breathes acid onto it until it's reduced to ash. Tholomew blows on their bagpipes to attack Paul, sending out a thunderous shockwave that shakes the cavern. Paul is able to hold his ground, runs up to the two, and successfully cleaves the crown off Tholomew.
Damn!
All the clay monsters have been defeated. The silver door opens, and everyone cheers together in celebration.
Now we got a gold door.
Room to be greeted by wooden structures, spiral staircases, platforms, and a gold door gold door. Wall. It looks like a camp is set up inside the area, and voices can be heard above on one of the platforms. Tholomew scans the area, looking for traces of their neighbor, Thompson. Not only do they discover a pack of goblins that have inhabited the area, but he also recognizes a familiar boot print in the clay. It's the same type Thompson wears. He's been here.
Oh wow!
He climbs up to the goblin platform and
Paul just like he's done with
this.
this.
The goblins are confused and a bit wary of the intruders, but introduce themselves nonetheless.
I'm Gob. That's Glob. That's Gobble. That's Gobble Gob. And that's the Peeler.
The Peeler.
And who's that?
Man, look crazy.
That's Bloyle.
Bloyle.
So your names are Gob, Glob, Gobble, Gobble Gob, Peeler, and Bloyle?
The Peeler.
The Peeler, I'm about to say.
Got it. So your name is the Peeler. You don't know anything about Marker Thompson.
I only know about one thing.
Peeling.
And that's peeling.
Uh-huh.
Great, Mary.
Oh, you want on the attack?
Oh, geez.
Oh, damn.
Okay, all right, we're leaving.
Ain't no multiple stabs in the leg.
They came in through. The Peeler right on his tail. His ankles. No one else is doing or saying anything.
Hell no.
Paul makes it back to the previous room, and the Peeler slinks into the shadows. With Paul in the other room and Tholomew and Zoot unable to speak Goblin, Tholomew is left trying to communicate through improvised sign language.
Oh wow.
At the door and blowing kisses at the goblins to signal peace. Zoot tries to slip around the goblins in the meantime, as communication is clearly not working and the goblins are only getting more aggressive, but they bump into an invisible
I bet he was getting low rolls on the dice.
Alerting the goblins, who are now initiating combat. Zoot decides to keep running to the door as Tholomew bangs on their drums, sending sound shockwaves at the attacking goblins.
Oh, look at that.
Gob and Gobble are all sent flying off the edge of the platform, falling to their deaths. Gobblegob, in a fit of rage after losing his friends, lunges at Tholomew but misses completely,
jumps over
sending himself off the edge of the platform too. The Peeler emerges from the shadows to lunge at Tholomew, who is taking up Bloyle, but Paul jumps in just in time, clashing blades with him. As everyone is distracted,
the return.
to the door, peeking in to see an entirely golden room with a small golden rod shaped like a tree branch floating in the center. The branch shifts between valuable materials.
That's golden too.
At one moment being made of gold, then emerald, then ruby. Gobblegob, the goblin that accidentally dove off the side of the platform, sprints back up the stairs and attempts to tackle Tholomew off the platform, but accidentally leaps over him.
Oh my gosh.
Once again, over the edge.
He was getting great rolls, bro.
Paul and Tholomew perform a clumsy
because he was getting tackled.
Finish off the Peeler, ending the battle, but because of the uncoordinated
funny, bro.
Paul's axe is now peeled. They all hurry over to Zoot and enter the golden room together, trying to figure out how to get the artifact down. Zoot suggests they all toss Slop into the air to get it down, so Paul Solongi Bowser's the sheep into the air, but in the complete opposite direction. Tholomew quickly runs over and breaks his fall, and
By the way, pretty safe to confirm that Alpharaz's not the sheep. I'm pretty sure Alpharaz's been Paul this whole time.
Fall to the ground. No one
hey man, I was taking guesses.
As he lays motionless on the floor. As Tholomew is healing up Lob, Zoot approaches the wand, only for it to be snatched by an invisible force. An unseen figure then reveals.
Was it a regular stick when they grabbed it?
Well, hey there, neighbor. Oh, and Paul, it's me, your good friend, Mark Thompson.
Oh, damn.
Tholomew, you ruined my life, spreading false rumors about me. You said I cursed you, and now no one wants to talk to me. My wife and kids left me, everyone avoids me, so I spent years becoming a dark wizard, and I'm gonna have my revenge.
Dang.
What about me?
What a backstory.
And you, Paul. Anyway, yeah! You all are gonna spend the rest of your lives here in this shifty city.
Oh.
I'll be going now. Tholomew quickly casts Locate Object on the wand Mark is now holding and throws ink in the general direction, hoping to reveal where Mark is, but unfortunately it doesn't land. Zoot sprints in the
bad
direction
roll.
Tholomew indicated and attempts to tackle the air. They make contact, but bounce off of Mark's rock-solid beer gut, breaking the invisibility spell.
Hey, good roll.
Their drums, slamming it with the intent to cast a thunderwave on Mark, sending him flying from the impact. Zoot follows behind and shouts, "Depression!" Casting a command spell.
Wow.
He stops in his tracks, facing Zoot, and says, "I'm so sad, having never dealt with depression before."
Oh, wow.
Pulls out a picture of his ex-wife and kids and just stares at it. longingly. Paul and
playing a little mini violin.
Attack him and once again try to use an ultimate team attack. They grip Paul's peeled axe together and throw it in tandem at Mark. But once again, they pick up, and Tholomew is accidentally sent flying with the axe as it pierces Mark's chest.
Oh,
Mark
goodness.
is unfazed, still wallowing in his depression, but Zoot sees this as an opportunity, casting Disguise Self and visually turning themselves into Mark's ex-wife.
Oh, wow. You still look like a dragon, though.
Is that you? It is.
You know, Ella.
Mark drops the photo and wand, sobbing, and slowly walks towards Zoot, with their arms out, ready for his embrace. He grabs Zoot and pulls them close, tears streaming down his face. It's been so hard. It's okay. I'm here now.
This is hilarious. What's gonna happen?
Back just a bit, just to look into Mark's eyes.
What's about to happen, bro?
Tears. And proceeds to acid point blank from the mouth.
I knew something was gonna happen. Damn.
Mark
are they listening to her tell the story?
Snapping back to reality and throwing Paul's axe to the ground. If I can't have the wand, no one.
Oh, he's still alive?
Paul picks up one part of his peeled axe. Looks like the manager position just opened up. He throws the axe and hits Mark.
Oh.
Doesn't kill him. He then
Oh
picks
my
up the other
goodness,
peeled
bro.
axe
The low
Mark throw
rolls.
as well, but it boomerangs around and hits him in the back of the head. Tholomew grabs
He had to
the
roll
wand
like a
from the
one
ground
or
and
something
points it at
for it,
Mark.
too.
This is for everything. The
stick.
Tax return. The restraining order for moving in next to me. You're my personal hell.
Oh, goodness.
Mark turns to Paul while being zapped by the wand. Would you still
Was that powerful?
manager, even if I was a
A worm? Ah, threw him in a jar.
You're fired.
Damn.
You guys did it. Please, use the wand to turn me back into a human. Please. Tholomew casts the wand's powers onto Lop, finally turning him back into his original form.
Hey.
Paul and now human Lop lock eyes. Hi, Dad.
Wait a minute. So that was Alpha. Alpha's both, whatever.
You?
Loap and Paul. Oh my goodness. Wow, get out of here.
The wand, now all out of magic, crumbles and the party exits the cave.
What about his time loop that he was stuck in? Is that the time loop?
Together. Thanks for watching.
Okay. Hey, that was a hilarious Dungeons and Dragons story by Jaiden Animations, man. And again, all of those weird random stuff that kept happening, y'all, I'm sure that all of those were decided by dice rolls and things of that nature, bro. That's just how D&D is. You tell a story of D&D and everything that happened without all the dice rolls and random number generators and all this stuff, bro. The story is just random. It's just weird, but it's funny and entertaining, man. Hey, I like that video. That was a good one. I hope she makes more of those in the future. Yeah, man, but that is gonna do it for this reaction today. Make sure y'all show a lot of love to the video. Like, share, and subscribe. If y'all got any other suggestions y'all want to leave me, leave them down in the comment section. And yeah, I'm about to get up out of here, man. Check out the walkthroughs. It's your boy Dairu, we signing out. Peace.